Hey guys, it's Diana. How are you doing tonight? We are getting ready for another winter storm here in Kansas. Hi, Susan. Thanks for tuning in. I loved your sample. We will get there in just a little bit, but it was very fun. I hope you enjoyed having the clue in advance so you could try to guess what the card was. Patty also sent in a sample. I don't know if I can show those because I didn't print them off, but anyway, might be able to pull them up and just show them on my phone later. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, after everything is done, we will see what we can figure out here. Because I said the closest person does get a prize. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. We have Mystery Monday project tonight. So as we prepare to get snowed in, so hopefully wherever you are, it's warmer or they're not expecting as much snow. I think we're in the 4 to 8 inch thing. And then right below us is the up to 12 inches, which I'm not very excited at all about that. I mean, with this last snow, it took us so long just to get out of our driveway. And my vehicle says no. I hate the snow. She doesn't like it. So I don't know what to do about that. She just don't go. So, but anyway, hopefully you got to try this in advance or at least have your projects all ready to go. So I put our clue number 1 here. So I'll just show you the supplies that I have. So I've got basic white cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. Okay. Plus I have a piece that is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. Oh, that would be this one probably. No. Yes. 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then this one is 2 3/4 by 4. And then I picked Moody Mauve for my colored cardstock, and it's 3 by 4 1/4. And then my designer series paper, I picked this from, oh gosh, I knew I should have grabbed it. It is from this beautiful flower, Wildly Flowering. So this beautiful paper, isn't that gorgeous? I just love the colors in it. So I'm using that. Wildly Flowering, and I matched up the stamp set. So I've got the Wildflower Designs. So I've got that. I'm going to use Pebbled Path as my Stampin' Pad. I have butterflies, the brass butterflies for my embellishments. I've got my paper trimmer here. I'll set this off to the side here. I've got some liquid glue, and because my stamp set I thought might need a little bit of color, I do have my colored pencils, my watercolor pencils on hand, along with my blender pens. Okay, so that's what I'm doing tonight, and we'll see how close you guys got on your guesses. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, so after we've got clue number 1 all ready to go, probably know where this is going. Oh, why is this upside down? Let me do that. There, that looks better. Had an extra piece of paper on there. Okay, so we're going to score the basic white cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 7 1/4 at 5 1/2. Okay. I know some of you got that. I do know that. Make sure you use your scoring blade, not your cutting blade. Also, if you don't have one of these rulers that go on our cutter, it's a PDF file. I can just email it to you. You print it off on cardstock and put it right down here. I was at Hearts of Oz this weekend, and lots of people were having trouble measuring to 3/8. or 5/8. So this is really a really nice tool. So if anybody would like it, it's free. I'll just email it to you. Just let me know you want it. I printed it off on cardstock and then just use some tear and tape to stick it down. And then you can see it's kind of messy. All I'll have to do is just peel it up and put a new one on. So if you want one, let me know. It's a tool that I use all the time for measuring. Then I don't have to think as much. I mean, don't we have to think enough all day long, every day? I think so. Okay, so we've got our cardstock scored. Okay. And add the designer series paper that measures 4 by 1.5 to the short flap of the basic white base. Okay, so I'm staying this smaller piece here, and I don't know which side to use. They're both really, really pretty. Let's use the mauve side. So it says I'm going to go ahead and let's see. If you don't have a bone folder, just use whatever you have to do that crease. Sometimes I'll use the back of the glue just to make that crease, or you can use your bone folder. So I'm going to crease that down, and then this short piece goes on this short flap right here. And I'm just going to use liquid glue tonight because it's fast and easy. Maybe, unless it's feeling a little temperamental tonight. Remember, less glue is more. I like the glue because you can kind of slide it around. It has a little bit of a give to it. If you use tear and tape or the Stampin' Seal, you are not moving it after you stick it down. Ain't that the truth? Okay, so we're going to put that there. Hi, Patty. Yeah, I was just talking about you and how you and Susan were the two people that sent in samples of what you thought the card might be. So the closest person gets a prize. So we'll see what happens at the end here. And but I'm glad you're both tuning in so you can see how close you got. Of course, you guys are my great stampers. So I knew that I thought it would be fun. So hopefully you had fun with it, trying to figure it out. Hopefully it wasn't too easy for you. Okay. Add the designer series paper that measures 4 by 2. So this is the only other piece of designer series paper we have left to the basic white layer that measures 4 1/4 by 2 1/4. So that would be this one. Okay. So this should layer together just like that. And again, I'm going to use my glue, my liquid glue. What's your favorite type of adhesive to use, Patty and Susan? I mean, the liquid glue is the most economical, but I do have a lot of people, especially with my crafts and cocktails, that hate the liquid glue. But so is it an acquired taste, or what do you think? I do like my, yes, liquid glue all the way. Yes, there's my girls. I do like to use my Stampin' Seal at my stamp desk and in my scrapbooking. So I will use it there, but I don't usually take it to my club nights or anything like that. So, okay, we got that put together. This is probably looking kind of familiar for you, both of you ladies. Did anyone else out there try it? Okay, clue number 5, stamp the sentiment on the bottom of the basic white layer that measures 2 3/4 by 4. Let's set this. So that's this. And it says to stamp a sentiment. So out of here, how about sending happy thoughts? Let's see if that'll fit. Sending happy thoughts, because who wouldn't like to get a happy thought? Oh, do I not have a block? Do I not have a block big enough? That's the question. I have a block, but is it big enough? Let me see if I can do this without having to go get a new block. Yep, I think it'll fit right there. Okay, stamp this on the bottom. So it says this card's going to be vertical, so I'm going to assume that it's going to be like this. Let me see. Oh, man, that's going to be too long. it's going to be too long for that. Unless we wanted to do it horizontally, which we could. But let me go ahead and do a thank you. So we'll just do a thank you instead. Okay, got that. I'm using the pebbled path. Okay, so just got that stamped. My greeting. Put that away there. Okay. Clue number 6. Time to stamp the rest of the basic white layer. So this is where you can be creative and use your stamps, dies, punches, whatever. So I'm just going to use stamps. I'm going to use this piece from that Wildflower Designs and my Pebbled Path. And I'm just going to kind of stamp it just kind of like that. I'm not going to use any punches or dies on this today, but I would like to add a little bit of color to this. So I'm just going to use my watercolor pencils. Okay, just my watercolor pencils, and I think I'm going to use yellow. So I bought the coloring book kit. I don't know, it's the coloring pages, the landscape, or not landscape, what's it called? The one that you get the watercolor pencils and the aqua painter, and you get all the sheets of color book stuff. And I learned this from coloring all of those in. So before, I didn't really do a lot of coloring. It's just not my thing. It's more frustrating to me than anything else. Try a mauve color. This is Rich Razzleberry. Let's see how this looks. But I learned using that how to layer lots of different colors. Like, whereas before, I would probably just, put one color down. Like I did there's one page in there, a couple pages in there that has poinsettias. And the poinsettias, oh my gosh, it started with like yellow and then a pink and then the red and then kind of an orange. It was crazy, but I learned a lot about layering colors by doing those coloring pages, because it gives you like all the diagrams and stuff. I might have to go grab it for you. I know right where it is, so it'd take me real easy to grab it while you guys are putting yours together. I'm just adding a little bit of green. I added a little bit of color, not very much. Let me see if I can grab those. And the instructions. This one, Nature's Paintings. Actually, it's on the clearance or on the last chance right now. So if you got this, it comes with a book. And the cool thing is, on a couple of these, it like tells you the colors to use. Like, these are all the colors you'll use, because so you get like 8 pencils with it. And then it shows you how to start. So you started with a light pink and a green, and then you added the red and a purple, and then you added some yellow and some blue, and see how it did the blue. Anyway, so cool. Here's one that I did. I followed this. Like I said, I don't really do coloring very well, so I tried to do this one at my last Kits and Coffee, and this is how it turned out. Isn't that pretty? But see how you layer the colors in there, and it kind of shows you exactly how to do that. Anyway, if you don't like to color, which I don't really like to color, and this cardstock, it's really thick, so it's really nice. But you get a lot of these pages. Like I said, this is on clearance right now, so if you want to pick some up. So anyway, but isn't that pretty? So it gives you the instructions on how to put those colors together. So that's a long way of saying that's why I did that yellow around the outside. And then I'm just going to take my blender pen. So this is a little more involved than I usually would do. Usually I would just put a die cut or something on there. But with the blender pens, you know, they don't have a color to them. So I'm just going to blend them out. It's just a wet tip. And I'm just kind of melting that color a little bit just to kind of soften it, the pencil lines. Isn't that cool? I like this. Now with the Nature's Paintings kit, you actually get an aqua painter, which is a kind of a pen that's filled with water. The barrel is filled with water. This is more like just a wet tip, a marker with no color on it, pretty much. So it puts down a lot less liquid. And you can do little circles. And so if you want to go back in here and do the purple that I did, see how it just melts that color? And I'm not one to stay in the lines, so I kind of like this type of coloring, kind of watercolory looking. And like I said, I'm not really good with colors a lot, so, and I'm not very patient. I don't know about you, but I mean, in my old age, go back and do a little bit of the green. In my old age, I just, you know what? I just don't got the time. But I love how it looks. So, okay. What do you think of that? Not pretty. I know. I love it. It's very pretty. So there is my stamped image, my clue number 6. And yes, done the sunflower. Yeah, I did the poinsettias. I haven't done the sunflower yet, but I did the poinsettia at Christmas time and layered it on a piece of cardstock, and it was really, really pretty. Adhere the basic white layer that measures 2 3/4 by 4 to the colored piece. So I've got my mauve piece right here, and we're just going to layer that down. And I'm going to layer that right down here. And like I said, you have a little bit of time to give if you use the liquid glue. Okay, so there's that little piece. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, so place the basic white layer, which has DSP, okay, on the bottom of the card base. So I've got it here at the bottom. If you want to add a glue dot, you can glue it down here to hold it in place. I did not bring my glue dots over here, so I'm not going to do that. Take this basic white cardstock layers that we decorated and add adhesive to the top and the bottom only. So we're going to do the top and the bottom. Okay, remember you don't need much. So we're going to line that up. We're going to line this up and we're going to stick that down. Yup, you guys had it. Both of you got it exactly right. So there is that. So now we have like a little flap card. So it opens that way. And then the last thing, of course, always is to add embellishments. And I'm going to do some of the butterflies. Susan, when you did your sunflowers, did you follow their instructions? Or did they have instructions for it? Or did you go off on your own? I'm curious. Okay, I've got just the little putty tip from my Take a Pick tool. And with that, you just kind of poke the butterfly, stick it down. I kind of slide mine off like that. Works better. Okay. Embellished. You glued the bottom down. Okay. Well, it's close enough. That was very close. I know you said you had a pocket for a gift card. So I think that's even a better idea. Okay. What do you guys think? That is our mystery card. I can't, let me see if I can do this. This was Patty's card. So Patty was very, very close. So you're saying this back piece is glued down. So this just flaps open, I think is what you're saying. And I have Susan's card. So Susan sent me, hopefully I can find it really fast. Maybe. Hold on. My husband downloaded all my pictures off of my phone and put them onto my Google Drive, which, oh my gosh, oh my goodness gracious. Can't find anything now. But I know Susan's right here. Hold on, let me pull it up. Here was Susan's attempt. How cute is that? Isn't that cute? You guys did so good. You guys did so good. So here is the other sample that I made. I just used the opposite side of the designer series paper that is on there. So what do you think? Cute, cool, huh? Okay, Susan, well, I think you got this one. So I'm going to be sending you a little prize in the mail for you. And if you guys liked me sending that out so that you could kind of try your hand at guessing, I'm going to go ahead and stamp just the inside. I stamped that little guy inside. If you liked that, let me know. And I will try to start sending those clues out a little bit in advance so you guys can kind of, try things on your own. You guys are I'm going to have to make it way more hard, way more difficult for you. See, on this one, I added a little darker color than on this one. So a little heavier hand tonight than I was back here. Like the challenge? Good. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in tonight. I hope you all stay safe and that you don't have to travel tomorrow if the snow comes. So we'll see. We'll cross our fingers. And thanks for tuning in. Watch for other videos, and I'll get my date set for my next Mystery Monday. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate you. Bye.